wanted to do a video on the dark-sided Sagittarius woman. If you're dealing with one or living with one, I'm currently dealing with some Sagittarius women in my life, and they're not all dark-sided. I mean, they're like a super good time to be around, and they're good-natured people. But I'm just going to talk about some of the dark-sided traits. If you are not on the dark side, if you live your life more on the light side, if you're healed, if you're just not a negative person, then and you were born under the sign of Sagittarius, then this video is not for you. It's only for the dark-sided Sagittarius and their dark-sided traits. But even if you are on the light side, sometimes on your bad days, you could have these traits. Okay, but I'm a Pisces and I don't have everything that they say Pisces have. So, anyways, so this video is just for fun, and if you are dealing with the Sagittarius. So, number one is their competitiveness. They could compete with you. They are such a good time and so go with the flowish. They're a mutable sign and a fire sign. So they're so fun and passionate that you don't really see this, but as soon as the money comes in or material items, they'll start competing with you with money, with your car, with your husband, with your family. If you have a kid and they have a kid, they're very manly and aggressive. All of the fire signs tend to be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The women and the men are competitive. So yeah, you'll see this. She'll be very manly and aggressive with it as well. So be careful because she could be kind of petty, gossipy, spying on people, always listening, always watching. Petty and high schoolish, and she loves revenge. And they could even like be your friend, but they know they hate you and they want revenge on you still. So they're one of those where they'll try to like pretend to be your friend, but then they'll start what they do is laugh. So they'll start saying it's a very honest sign, a blunt sign, and they don't mind doing that in front of a lot of people either. So they'll embarrass you even if they're okay with you, even if you're not their enemy. They will still do these things. They will, if you're their partner or their friend, they have the tendency to snitch you out, put you on blast, embarrass you, or just say your business, or just say something really impersonal in front of everybody, and they just don't seem to get like, yeah, it's the truth. But sometimes people don't like their personal business. They don't like telling certain people, and that's their own right as a human being. But Sagittarius, they don't respect people's boundaries like that. But if you flip it on them, if you do it to them, they'll get mad. So if you start being real truthful and honest to them, if you start snitching them out and putting them on blast and calling them out, because they like to, another dark sided trait is that they like to judge. They're the sign of the judge. They love to judge and critique, even though they're a mutable sign and a fire sign. So they make a lot of mistakes. They're so irresponsible. They don't like time. They don't like routine, but they are really good at judging other people and critiquing you and kind of snobby-ish. Shawnee O'Neal from Basketball Wives is a Sagittarius woman. Sorry I'm being fast, but I'm just trying to create like a short video and just get a little something out there. But yeah, so Shawnee is a Sagittarius O'Neal from Basketball Wives. But so they could critique, they could judge, you, but if you do it back to them, they are self-righteous people, and the men and women are known for being this way. They're self-righteous. They are always justifying their bad behavior. They make excuses. They're the exception to the rule, and they're always they're exempt from the rule. But if you do it, they'll judge you, critique you. They are big time gossipers as well, even if they're your friend. So if you're their enemy, they are definitely gossiping about you. I wouldn't really trust these people with gossip because they're kind of like the Virgo woman in that aspect where they just gossip too dang much. Even if you're the enemy, even if you're their friend, they're just always judging, critiquing, and gossiping. And They like to laugh. In my opinion, Sagittarius could be the mean girl in school that likes to make fun of people. Not, no, they're good natured people, but they'll use humor to get back at you as well. They'll use humor. Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives is a Sagittarius, and she's always kind of like impersonating people. Sometimes they like to do that. They like to impersonate people, like they'll mimic you and laugh. But if you do it back to them, they'll act like it don't bother them, but they have really bad tempers, so they'll start getting pissed. I actually started doing this back to Sagittarius, and she started to get really pissed, and she was being really indirect. But yeah, sometimes you gotta be careful because sometimes these people, yeah, so they can get physical and violent, like the Aries and Leo. They have bad tempers. I had a Sag boyfriend, and my goodness, I mean, his temper was like a bully almost. The women could be the same way. I know some Sagittarius women that said they stab people. They very feisty, and that goes along with their competitiveness, their jealousy of you, and their manliness, and their Sometimes if the Sag isn't happy, they're not content with themselves, and they're always wanting to go out, always wanting to go to the party, always but when she goes at home at night, she cries and she's depressed. I know this because I knew a Sagittarius close to me, so they could suffer from depression, but they'll be the life of the party. But be careful with their competitiveness and all that, because if they'll start getting jealous of you, but they'll start getting very manly and aggressive with you once they start to get jealous of you. Okay, so and they want your attention a lot. I noticed with one Sag, she always just talking really loud, or like she always wants my I don't really pay attention to her because I'm a grown woman and I have kids, and I'm just focused on my bills and my money and me, but I don't really pay attention to anybody like that. But she was like, "Oh, you're looking at me. You're looking at me." A lot like very high schoolish attention. My advice is just to give them no attention. And I mean, I'm almost 30. If somebody is not going to be a genuine friend to you, or just, be a good friend and just be a good company. If they're about games and you have to kiss their ass, and they want to compete with you, and you have to walk on eggshells, you have to give them explanations for this and this and that. Just let the friend, I mean, I'm almost 30, just let the friendship go. Fuck F the friends. Like, I have family, I have my kids, that's all I need. I have God, that's all I need. But as soon as I saw her competitiveness, her aggressiveness, her attention seeking ways, wanting me to stare at her, saying that then they could make up things as well. They could make up rumors, gossiping, so they could make up in their gossiping, they could start making up things about you, making up stories, complete lies. I have a cousin who actually does this. She's known for doing this, and she'll just make up lies, and everybody knows that she tells stories. And they'll just assume some stuff about you, tell you to it, like, oh, you enjoy these kind of movies, and you're like, what? And they believe their lies, and they'll gossip about you, and they'll gossip lies about you. So they be careful with that. They can make up things. And I started noticing with this Sagittarius that I like would yeah, she was like, oh, you're staring at me, you're staring, like she started to be delusional or make up things in her head. And I'm like, I just went to go throw my trash. Like, I pay 1,500 in rent here. This is my home. If I want to go throw out my trash, if you happen to be outside, that's fine. But every time I throw out my trash, I'm not gonna be having these conversations with you. That if I'm looking at you, that I'm. It's just really delusional. But it's all about her being jealous and her wanting your attention, and maybe her just imagining that she is getting your attention. But attention seeking ways and jealousy and even being delusional. Um, Also, before I end the video, well, another thing, they could be man stealers just because of the competitiveness, and especially with money. So if you guys are young and you have a man with money, be careful. She has no problem. They're kind of heartless. They're not sentimental like that. And they're really competitive. So watch out with your man, your friends, your money. Your friends with money too. They could kind of use people for money if they don't have, they're independent and they love working and they are strong women and they could do their own, but they will also be opportunists at the same time. They're not gonna be with a broke dusty, no, because Sagittarius is ruled by Zeus, the god of all gods, so they love power. Mainly it's power with them, I notice. It's not so much money like the other signs, it's the power that comes with money. It's power. Even when they're broke, they tend to exude that power. That's why I said be careful when they get jealous of you, because they could be aggressive and start to get real manly, and they could be drunks too. I noticed that I think this particular woman that started to get aggressive with me because she started getting jealous, I think that she had a drinking problem. And be careful when they're drinking or they're doing whatever they're doing, their addictions. They have really bad tempers and they could be delusional. So they'll make up things like you're trying to fight them, and they'll do a bunch of physical stuff to you, and like they'll make up things and then physically hit you or physically assault you, or it's all that manly energy that they need to get out. They're aggressive and they're manly, even the men and the women. And they have a thing where they need to, how do you say it, when people are adrenaline junkies or they're always looking for adventure, they're like thrill seekers. So picture getting drunk and getting into fights at all the bars like a thrill seeker. It's actually what one of my somebody I used to know used to do, a male Sagittarius. So um but yeah, also when you live with them, something small is that they could be like messy and they don't really have no decor. So that's pretty annoying. I noticed with my mom is that um I'm a Pisces and I'm real sentimental. So I'm a Pisces and I'm real sentimental, so I'll put like little cute things. And my Sagittarius mom, they're very manly and aggressive, and they don't really have any, they don't like responsibility, or they don't have no like decor, decor. They don't have that. They're like the Aries, where yeah. So I go in there and all my little flowers, all my little towels are just thrown crushed to the wall, and she does these bizarre things where there's hangers and in weird places, and they could be pretty wild like that. Like if you go into their home, they could be beautiful. My mom was beautiful when she was young. They could be beautiful women, but when you live with them, they're messy, dirty. They could clean, but they could be kind of like a little on the messy side, but they could clean, but they will still have no decorism. It'll just look very funky in their house, and that could be depressive. So if you're going to be a partner to one, beware of that. I constantly have to go in my kitchen every 20 minutes to fix all of my decorations, and I keep telling her, she says, yeah, okay, I won't do that no more, and then she does it again. So they don't like people telling them what to do or bossing them around. So that's another thing. If you boss her around and she keeps doing it, there's a pretty good chance that she's doing it on purpose. She doesn't like to be told what to do. But okay, excuse the way I look. It's the end of the day. My makeup is like kind of off, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius like an enemy, I hope that this kind of helps you understand her behavior, how to deal with her. Like I said, be careful. They love revenge. They will pretend to be your friend just to get revenge on you. They'll be sarcastic and saying jokes and say, oh, well, I didn't mean it like that, or, saying a joke and laughing in front of everybody or in private. They like to do it in front of people. They like to put people on blast. So be careful if you told this girl your secrets, and they'll put you on blast and laugh and Oh, I didn't mean it like that. They'll impersonate you. If she's staring at you and laughing with her friends and her family, for sure. If you're her enemy, she's definitely gossiping about you because even when you're a friend, they are gossipers. So if you're an enemy, for sure she's gossiping about you. So the friends and family she hangs out with, she's probably laughing and talking about you, and she'll do it to your face too. She'll laugh and make jokes and tease you and but turn the tables and see how angrier and angrier they get. Um, and they could get physical and they like revenge. So be careful with information, paperwork. One time a Sagittarius, a woman ripped up all my important paperwork, okay? They could be childish, irresponsible. They could have a lot of opportunities in life because Jupiter is the planet of fortune, but they're so childish and irresponsible and reckless, and they need to be. They have a need to be reckless. It's a trait of theirs. So they could be gifts. They could have husbands with money, but they'll still cheat on them, F it up, become homeless. They could have cars, houses, independent. They'll still F that up somehow because they are thrill seeking and they like adventure and they like thrill. They don't mind going out with their husband's brother or their best friend's man, but they tend to wrap up a lot of bad karma because of that. They have loose morals and they have bad karma and they just don't seem to get it. Also, their greediness. They could be very greedy with money, with food. They'll take all your money, steal it, steal all your food, eat up all your food, but and be sneaky about it or do it just in your face, a bully. But if you turn around and try to take her money or eat her food, oh, she's gonna get you. Even just $1, even just a bite, she will get you. But she'll go to your house and eat up all your food and take all your money and throw every single thing she does for you in your face because it's all about power. They're not compassionate people. They can be, but it's in a superficial, distant way. Um, Maybe with their children, but sometimes not even their children. They tend to treat their children like friends. So, yeah, they're emotionless, kind of heartless. So, be careful with revenge and your man and your money and just be careful. Okay, I hope you guys got some light from this video. Thank you for watching and bye.